know what? I'm not them, but I can apply that to my repertoire. So the thing is, I want people to watch this show and they can see these are real people. These are raw conversations. They experienced the same thing that I experienced, but you know what? They figured it out. Or you know what? They didn't figure it out, but I'm going through the same thing and I can make some corrections in my life. So that's the main objective, what I want the viewers to get from this. I am you, you are me, right? Now let's get better. So the thing is, challenge yourself, do something about it.
Okay.
That's the slogan for the show. We want to do all these things, or we want these things from a woman, but we're not willing to give it to them. She has accepted me for the person that I am, inside out, right? From my past demons to my current demons, and to the man that I've become along the way, right?
Fast forward 10 years ahead, you're 45. What message would you give the 35-year-old Kenny?
And what I mean by that is the woman that I always wanted, right? We look for things in women, and we don't always get them because of where we at and what we choose, right? We don't understand as men, we're in control and we dictate, you know what I mean? What we want and how we gonna get it and how we gonna acquire it, right? Why'd you take so long?
Elaborate on that, please.
Why'd you take so long to make those corrections that you know were necessary at the time when you was fucking up? Why didn't you have those conversations and communication with people that you hurt at the time of the pain versus waiting months, years, or so many days go by? Now I understand that, you know, you can let days go by and then smooth things over, but still you took the easy route by just letting it go. Why not break things down to people, especially, you know, the way you can articulate yourself? Why not give people what you want from them? So that's what I would say.
Stay there, stay there, stay there. Sure. What would you say to the boy, Kenny? What would you say to that boy inside you that didn't have a dad, that didn't know he had other siblings out there, that didn't know he was going to ascend to what he is? What would you say to that little boy craving for attention, love?
Riverside Projects.
Okay. If you could address the adolescents, let's say 9 to 18, what would you say to the young brothers out there?
What you're looking for is right in front of you. Because most of the times they say they want an outlet, right? They say we need a gym, we need somewhere to work out, we need... The resources are here, right? Go to school. And I'm not saying go to school for the education part, although you should. But when you go to school, the resources are right there. The guidance counselor's office or those teachers, right? We got teachers who are from the city or teachers who are not from the city, but they have those resources for you for after school program, right? Now, you may not can't afford the Y, but then they got those programs that will pay for that YMCA for you, right? Put you in that Boys and Girls Club, right? But then right there on your cell phones, right? So they like to be on there. You got Scholars Turf on Vanderbilt Avenue, right? You got Game Changers for these kids. You got the Teen Warehouse, right? You got Boys and Girls Club. You got these city programs. They still out there, but kids don't take advantage of the resources, right? Thank you once again for tuning in. Let's talk about it with Kenny Harris. Obviously, by now you know who I am, Kenny Harris. Today we have another special guest. All the guests are special, by the way. VIP, very important people. Marlon, Layne is in the building. So tune in, stay tuned, check us out. Don't go nowhere, and we're gonna get into it. Boom. Marlon, how you feeling, big dog? You
I'm
looking good,
man.
you looking smooth. What's up with you?
Oh man, thanks for it, man. I'm doing good. I'm doing real good.
Yeah,
real
you
good.
look like you're doing good. You know what I mean? Tell me what's good about it, though. You know what I mean?
Just life in general, man. Like any day above the ground is a good day. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, but you know that's more like a generic answer. That's some bullshit.
Let me say. Personal life is good.
Okay.
Work is good. You know, work keep coming.
Yeah.
I got my health.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
absolutely,
saying?
in these
So.
times.
You know, during these hard times with COVID and stuff, some people are out of work.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fortunate to have a career that keeps me going.
Yeah.
So I got a lot to be thankful for.
I hear that. All right. That makes sense. So you said especially your personal life. Has it been up and down lately, or rocky? And what caused it to be good now and steady?
I think being by myself is good. I think a lot of people underappreciate being alone. You know, I think a lot of people put too much emphasis on being in a relationship for them to be happy. You know, sometimes when you get to do you, get to be by yourself,
right?
I think you enjoy life a little bit better. Like when I compare the times when I'm alone, or when I'm with someone, or I'm in depth with a relationship.
Yeah.
My happiest times is when I'm by myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, there's things in my life that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Makes me feel good.
Yeah.
You know, like the thing that makes me the happiest or the most is my son.
Okay.
You know, I have a great relationship with him. But my needs are very simple.
Huh?
You know, it's really simple. So it doesn't take much to make me happy. You know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I had a gentleman on here and he was like, "Yo, my needs are just simple. They can be met, but they're not being met." Like he's having a conversation with his wife actually, and he's like, "Hey, all I need is for you to like." I can't remember, so I'm paraphrasing, but kind of respect my space, right? Allow me to have time alone when I want it. Don't take it as me being nasty with you, but just me wanting my time, get myself together, then I'll come back to you. I had a long day at work, right? So space is important.
It's very important.
And those needs of being simple, I guess, kind of trickle through most men that I've encountered, right? Because I'm not going to speak for all men. That's never what I want to do. So you say your needs are simple. Why can't the women that you've been with prior to now fulfill those, or why haven't they?
Because I've learned through my years that I don't need someone else to fulfill my needs. I think a lot of times in relationships, I think relationships are overrated to a sense. People always say that you got to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice a relationship.
Right.
So if I'm sacrificing my happiness to meet your needs, and you sacrificing your happiness to meet my needs, who the fuck is happy?
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. You know, like space.
About that?
Space is another thing. Like, you know, space is very important to everybody. People don't want to admit it, but you don't want people under you all the time. You know what I'm saying? We could come together for a minute.
Yeah.
But for the most part, and the major part of the day, I want to be by myself.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I get my thoughts together. That's how I'm able to. It's a little selfish.
Got you. Yeah.
But to be happy, sometimes you got to be a little bit selfish.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be selfish with your needs. I don't want you sacrificing your happiness to make me happy.
Yeah.
Because then I know that you're unhappy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that for you.
Right.
Now, if our needs are similar and they meet, we ain't really got to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't really got to do that, but people are so demanding in regards to what they want. They, it's like things that you do doesn't complement what they want. Mm-hmm. And then there's this friction. There's this animosity.
So how long did it take for you to figure this out for yourself? That you needed to be alone, and being alone for you is more productive than being in a relationship?
After my ex-wife, you know, sometimes people get married for the wrong reasons. Marriage, I also think, is very overrated. Like we put the emphasis on marriage as love and all of this stuff, but marriage is really a business relationship. It's a business agreement. It's always been that way.
Tell me about it.
It's always been that way. It's you're in the business of raising kids and paying bills because that becomes your priority. A lot of the most successful marriages that I've seen is that either they're financially secure or there's no kids involved. You know, I think that, you know, when you put two people together, even if they have similar views, eventually it changes. Like when I say business relationship, me and you could get into business together, right? Mm-hmm. We have the same goals. We're talking about, you know, we kicking it. We saying that we're going to do this. Going to do that. Eventually, you feel that your role in the business either is underappreciated or you could do more.
Right.
The other person feels the same way. You know what I'm saying? People say communication a lot of times communication is very important for that to happen.
Yeah.
But eventually, you know, you end up with a bad business partner. You know what I'm saying? Or you end up with a disgruntled business partner.
So tell me this then. What was it about your partnership
Right.
and marriage
Right.
that caused it to break? Do you think that there's anything that you could have did to save that partnership and marriage?
Well, in my instance, it's a lot different from other people. I got married for the wrong reason.
Oh, you did? So
I
that's
did.
off top.
I was trying to do the right thing.
What you mean by that?
My girlfriend at the time was pregnant.
Okay.
You know, I cared for her. I loved at the time. I wasn't in love with her. You know, so I stepped up. You know, I mean, in a sense, it was good for me in the long run because I was on my bullshit.
Okay.
Once I found out she was pregnant, and you know, I know I cared for her. I'm gonna raise this child with her.
Right.
You know, it got me into nursing school.
Okay.
You know, when I wasn't bullshitting around, I was on my grind or whatever the case was. You know, she had her own agenda for getting married as well.
Got you.
You know, so when you're not on the same page and you do things just to do the right thing,
Right.
you know,
So it
it
was
falters.
basically yours was wrong from the start.
Mine was wrong from the
Yeah.
start. Hers was wrong from the start. She had her own agenda as well.
Right,
I
but
had
we
mine.
talking about your agenda.
Right,
She ain't here.
right,
We
right,
gonna let her
exactly,
live
exactly.
right
I
now.
got you.
We gonna let her live.
Right,
But
right.
you said you was on your bullshit, so you
Right.
out here
So
fucking.
I was trying to do things to make somebody else happy.
Got
Right.
you. Yeah.
So, you know, long story short, when you do stuff like that and you're not doing things to make yourself happy, you end up in a bad situation.
Absolutely.
And then the marriage goes, it falters, it goes bad. And then when you have kids and, you know, people aren't seeing eye to eye and things, then it can become ugly. You know, and the last thing you want to do is put kids involved and things like that. But just going back to the main point is that, you know, sometimes being alone,
Absolutely.
you can still do the right thing by being alone.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people stay in bad relationships because they don't want to be alone, they've invested a lot of time, or they're financially dependent on an individual for whatever reason.
So what advice would you give those individuals right now looking? Because I'm quite sure some of the viewers out there that's doing that. What would you tell them?
I'm not sure if my advice would be right for them.
Well, you know what? I'll say this. Just tell us what your opinion is in your mind and your thoughts of what you would do or what you did in the past. Because I'm quite sure you didn't just do that with your marriage.
Right.
Yeah. So just speak about your experience then.
I just feel that, you know, you have to speak how you feel. And if the person can go along with the plan of how you feel, and at the same time you can't understand or have a concept of how they're feeling, what they want. If you feel that you can't meet that,
Yeah.
there's no need to waste each other's time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even if you need their support, you need to get up and get on your own 2 feet.
Exactly. And even if as a man, it becomes more expensive now, because if you have kids and you break off from that relationship, now it's 2 households that you have to maintain. So sometimes that maintaining that second household or getting that extra job, even if you're working harder,
Yeah.
it's better for your peace of mind than staying with an individual
Yeah.
that you just cannot
Work
connect
with.
with
Yeah.
or work with.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know, and it goes back to being a business. Like, you get into a business with someone, you have bigger ideas, you want to do different things. Sometimes you got to separate from that business and just go out on your own.
So were your parents married?
It took them 20 years. Yeah.
To get married?
Yeah.
Okay. Took them 20 years, but they ended up married, right?
Yeah.
Are they financially well off?
No.
Okay. So is there a successful marriage there?
I think my parents are at a point where my father's old. He's having some health issues. And I see the torment that it puts on my mother, because she's getting old. She wants to experience the rest of her life.
Got you.
You know, and she's not able to enjoy it to the fullest because now
She got to care for him.
she got to care for him. And sometimes I look back at the perspective of, damn, my parents waited 20 years to get married. Did my father get married because he wanted somebody to take care of him long term?
Got you.
Did she do it because she was invested? Because now she suffers emotionally.
Yeah.
She doesn't. It's not that she doesn't love him.
Yeah, right.
She can't enjoy life.
Yeah, because she's like, I gotta be responsible for
Right.
you.
Exactly.
That would be wrong for
exactly.
me to go out
And and because she has a paper that said that she's married and she's committed, and it's what tradition is.
Yeah.
She's stuck.
Yeah.
She's pretty much stuck.
Yeah.
And I feel for her.
Got you.
So it's like.
So you looked at that and said, I won't make that mistake.
Nah.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to put that on someone anyway. You know what I'm saying? If it's for me to, when I get to that point where, God forbid, my health declines, I don't want my kids taking care of me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I have to be in a nursing home,
yeah,
then that's what it be. But
because you want them to enjoy their life.
Exactly.
Got you.
It's limited.
Got you. Okay.
So I don't want to put that burden on anyone. So for now, for me, relationships is just I like my time.
Gotcha.
I like my alone time.
Gotcha.
I want to get up, go to work, come from work, do what I need to do for my son, and just enjoy what I need to enjoy. If I need to meet up with, a female or, whatever, then it's, for that moment we enjoy each other. Yeah. And then that's it.
Got you.
Yeah.
Ain't no lovey-dovey.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm just not there.
Yeah, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you. Okay. Yeah. So you talk about your son, right? You had a marriage. So with your marriage, you got another son then, right?
I got 2 kids from that marriage.
You got 2 kids. How's the relationship with them?
I don't see my kids.
Why is that?
Oh man, like that's what I say when a marriage goes bad. People try to turn your kids against you.
Okay.
So right now I shouldn't even be in Delaware. I shouldn't. I was in New York. I was married in New York.
Okay.
We moved to Delaware for a little bit. Marriage broke up.
So you moved here while you were married together?
Right. Okay. I was still working in New York.
Okay.
So I was going back and forth.
Was it cheaper to live here? Did she have goals and aspirations she was chasing here?
No, I was just following her in regards to her family. Her family was here.
Okay.
She wanted to be closer to her family.
So
it was a better life because New York was a little bit rowdy.
Yeah.
So I came here. The traveling back and forth with work, it wasn't working out because Delaware don't pay shit.
Gotcha.
It don't. So I was trying to chase that New York money as well.
Yeah.
Eventually we had to rip in the relationship. I didn't have a place to stay, so I still had my job in New York. I couldn't get anything in Delaware, so I still had to work there.
Yeah.
So I still had to live there. So when the relationship split, we were supposed to meet halfway. Kept on finding excuses not to bring my kids. I had to go to the courts. Courts, they're not really
for the fathers.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
I made my arguments and stuff like that, but
right.
they wouldn't enforce anything.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna leave everything behind. Left 2 pension jobs. I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna move to Delaware.
Just to be closer to your kids.
Just to be closer to my kids.
Happen.
Yeah. So, bought a house. Hit her up saying like, hey, I'm in Delaware now.
Damn, you
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's no excuse for this now.
Yeah.
Made sure I was strategic with my move to, so I moved close to their school, so I could be involved.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
But anyway, still wasn't bringing them on their every weekend visits or whatever. Yeah. She actually had the audacity to pick them up out of school in the middle of the school year and move them, just so I couldn't see them. I went to the courts. I was like, look here, this is my situation now. I'm a good father. I don't have a record. Right. I've never abused my kids. I love my kids. Right. All I want to do is see my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want shared custody.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or at least hold her up to the end of her bargain of making me see my kids every other weekend.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers gave me a weekend with, they added a dinner date. They added a motherfucking dinner date. Now I'm like, wait a minute. I just told you that I see my kids every other weekend. This is what you told me. This is what you said the order was. Every other weekend.
Yeah.
She's not doing that. I'm here now. I'm still not seeing that. Instead of me being 200 miles away,
Right.
I'm 5 minutes away. And she's not doing what she's supposed to do. And all you're going to fucking give me is a fucking dinner date? So, with that being said, you know, it was still a fight back and forth. My kids, I remember one time I went to pick them up for the summer. I was like, I'm all excited. I took vacation, had trips planned, everything. Roll up to their grandmother's house because that's where she was staying. She didn't even have her own place at the time.
Yeah.
Still living at her mother, 45, whatever. That's another story.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, rolled up. I was like, look here, let's go. They was like, nah, we're not going with you. I was like, what you mean you're not going with me? I was like, get in the car. Like, no. We want to stay with my mother. I was like, okay, your mother have you all the time. And this is like, I don't know what conversation she was having with these kids.
Right, yeah.
I was like, look here, I miss you. I need you guys to come with me. This is my time. You know, I put a lot of energy and thought and stuff like that. Give it a chance, whatever the case is. It was like, no. Mommy told me that you abandoned us and left us.
Because you ain't want to be with her no
Right,
more.
not even telling the kids that, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we broke up. It didn't work out.
Right.
He didn't leave you, the kids. He just left me.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm sure there was a lot said between her and her family with the kids or whatever the case was. But they didn't come. I was like, nah, get your ass in the car.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, y'all coming with me. That's enough.
Right.
Next thing I know, police rolled up. They called the cops on me. The grandparents called the cops on me. Cops came up. They was very nice.
Yeah.
It was like, I understand what your situation is. Even if you got the court order, if the kids say they don't want to come, we can't force them to go.
Wow. How do you feel now not having that relationship with your kids, knowing you got one
You know,
with your
I'm
youngest?
resentful. I'm angry.
Okay.
You know, people tell me all the time, you know, eventually they'll come around. When they gonna come around? My daughter's 16. My son is 14.
Oh, damn.
When they get older, I'm like, I don't want to be a parent to my kids when they turn 18.
Yeah, you
The
want to do it
the
now.
whole part of being a parent is that experience from the time of birth where you could teach them shit.
Absolutely.
So they don't make the same mistakes as you did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I could teach my daughter some stuff that her mother can't teach her about men.
Right, yeah.
So I could teach my son some stuff about men and growing up
Yeah.
and what he needs to look out for that his mom can't teach him.
Absolutely.
I'm deprived of that experience.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm angry because of that. You know, I do have an 8-year-old from another relationship.
Right.
And I don't get that drama with his mom.
Wow.
We have a special relationship
Blessings.
where, you know, we co-parent the right way.
Yeah.
She doesn't deprive me of my children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I overcompensate with him.
Got you. Because you
Because
can't do that with
I
the
can't
next
give it
kid.
right.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of times, you know, people are like, he got 3 kids, you know, but he only focuses on one because that's the only one I have access to. So, and I love that motherfucker to death, man. Like, I do anything, and he's like my purpose.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, my 3 kids should be my purpose.
Yeah.
But when you only see one, everything goes to that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's come to that point where it's like, you know, do I stay angry and fight this shit?
Right.
Even though they're making the choice now. See, like, it was okay when she was doing it and keeping them from me when they were 6,
Yeah.
7, and 8.
Right, yeah.
They're 14 and 16 now.
Yeah, but she planted those seeds.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but I know my kids, they're smart.
Mm-hmm.
They're smart, so they're making choices now.
Yeah, right.
You know,
yeah,
they're
they're
choosing not to see me.
Gotcha.
So it's like, I look back and I'm like, I'm not a wicked person. I've always loved my kids.
Do you still try to reach out to them, write letters, send them in the mail, send text messages, phone calls, or
You know, I've been blocked.
even from the kids?
I've been blocked.
Wow.
So, and that goes into the whole manipulation thing. It's like, you know, my kids at some point thought I wasn't calling when their mother blocked me. You know, she would tell them that, well, your father can't pick them up this weekend, knowing that's not the case. I will call my kids, and at times there'll be a simple question, how's your day? Why are you asking? Like, what do you mean why I'm asking? I just want to know how your day is.
Wow.
You know, she doesn't even have me on their emergency contact for school. I think at one point I had to request the courts to put that in place. She had her sister filing taxes to claim my kids, and I'm paying out all this money in child support. And that's the shit that pisses me off too, because I'm paying all these motherfucking money in child support. Y'all demanding and y'all taking this money from me, but then you won't demand and force her to, obey that court order.
Right, and allow you to see your kids and have a relationship with them.
Exactly.
Okay, so I know that's very hurtful and painful to go through that experience. To make yourself feel better, or to keep your mind off of that, what do you tune into? What's your
I just
outlet?
work a lot.
Okay, you just grind.
I just grind.
You grind.
Yeah, I work a lot. But I still make the time to see my 8-year-old.
Yeah. So why do you? So is the work so much? Is the grind to chase that paper, or is it to keep your mind occupied? What is that about?
It's a couple of things. To keep my mind occupied, and to build something for my son, because I don't want him to work this hard to take care of his family.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to make sure that when he gets of age, he already got a house.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times a lot of our income goes into the household.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And then you get deprived of that family time.
Right.
I see my son, but I still get deprived of that family time because I want to make sure he has a good future.
Absolutely.
Now, work is not, it's just hours. It's not hard. I work smarter, not harder.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't be out here complaining that, oh my God, because I'm fortunate. I'm able to work. A lot of people don't have the opportunities to, to be able to hustle like that.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but I hustle hard so he don't have to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Like I say, he's my purpose.
Okay. So what's that career that you can work smarter, not harder, and that career that's going
like
good
nursing,
and allows you to work?
Nursing gives you that opportunity to do a lot of things. It doesn't pay well like most people think. People think nurses make a lot of fucking money, and they really don't. That's one of my problems with this profession is that, people think that because you make a decent dollar to pay your bills, which you do, but you're not going to get rich off this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a lot out of you to take care of somebody, for the most part, that don't want your help. They come to the hospital.
Right.
They say that they want your help, but they treat you like shit.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? They blame their problems or their health issues and their family issues. I don't want to say they blame it, but they take it out on you. We're their punching bag. And because we're, we have to hold a lot of stuff in. You know what I'm saying? Like how I'm supposed to take care of you, I'm wiping your ass, but you calling me all types of shit. That's hard mentally and emotionally to absorb. And I lash out. Okay. So that's the hard part about the job.
Gotcha.
I'm able to get a job anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I don't like my boss. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'll go get a job someplace else.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not like cruel.
Right.
Yeah. And but look here. I ain't got to take this shit.
Gotcha. Yeah. Somebody else that needs another nurse.
Right.
Boom.
I mean, so I could leave one job and go to the other, and that's not a problem. But the problem with the profession is that there's no camaraderie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's the fact that we're nurses and we don't have fucking free health care. What kind of shit is that? No, so for real, what kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, you the one taking care of everybody.
We take care of everybody. At some point, I don't care who you are on this planet, at some point you have some kind of encounter, directly or indirectly, with a nurse.
Right.
We run this shit.
Got you.
This shit doesn't happen without us. You don't get better without us.
Got you.
At some point you're gonna get ill. Your family member gonna get ill. We're the ones taking care of you.
Right.
But yet y'all don't want to fucking pay us, and y'all don't want to give us health care. At least give us fucking health care.
Why did you choose this profession then? Did you not know that these barriers or struggles would be ahead of you at some point in time?
As a man, I saw it differently. I really saw it differently. I saw it like, you know, like most men do. You know, I know I could be good at it. I know I could hustle at it. Let me do it, and especially because I have a family coming. You know,
so
let me not.
Was that the decision at the time? Like, I got a family coming, I'm gonna go ahead and go to nursing school.
I mean, I was already working in healthcare.
Okay.
And I kept on seeing a lot of people pass me by.
Ah, so you was like, I need to elevate my game in
Exactly,
this field.
because I was bullshitting.
Gotcha.
I was bullshitting. And when I knew my first child was coming, I was like, I got to stop this bullshit, man. I have a child on the way. You know, what can I do? You know, I always wanted to be a lawyer, but honestly, the dedication and the work I was supposed to put into that, I wasn't up for it. And the money and the finances that I would have to put, I wasn't up for that. So I was like, what's my
option?
What's my second option? What else can I do that I might love?
Good.
And I was already doing it.
So you figure I'm gonna love it.
So I might as well get paid a little bit more for it.
Yeah.
So that's why I chose this field. But don't take long in this field for you to realize that there's a lot of bullshit in this field.
Okay.
You know, it's a lot of bullshit. Like, I look at, like, say something like the police department. They get what the fuck they want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's some kind of, even though.
So what you mean by that? They get what they want? Like
because they demand it. No. They demand a pension. They demand an early retirement. They demand certain things that they have to get, and they get it. I'm not talking about that other bullshit. That other bullshit we could get into at another point or at some point during this conversation.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like we never get together. Like say just the whole healthcare system in general. Like nurses put themselves on this kind of pedestal where they're separate from everybody else. And that's part of the problem.
Right.
Because we all in this together. The housekeeper, the food service, we all play a part in somebody getting well or their hospital experience.
Right.
But we never seem to come together and say, look here, all of you CEOs and stuff like that, you don't get your bonuses without us. We want a piece of that.
Yeah.
You got to give us something back for this.
Yeah.
You know, but we strive for other things, like they want higher education, but no compensation for it. You know, I see all of these nurses that got these master's degree, but say keep making the same money as me. So you went back to school to do all of this shit,
right?
To be making the same money, but and not doing anything to progress the growth of this profession. Yeah, patient care and everything like that, but motherfuckers still want a better paycheck.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, most nurses I know, if they want something, they have to work an extra job for that. You know what I'm saying? You have to really be on your grind for that. And that shouldn't be the case.
Right.
You know, I already work hard enough. I shouldn't have to put extra on this. And then I still don't see that because Uncle Sam is going to kick you in the ass. He's our pimp.
Yeah.
And we are his hoes. You know, that's just the bottom line.
Right.
You know, so I could work 80 hours for the week.
Yeah.
Kill my ass.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's just hours.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
But I don't see my work value.
That compensation.
I don't.
Yeah, for all those hours,
I
you don't see it. They take
and for
it.
what I do.
Yeah.
And for what I do, I absorb more people's problem and don't get the time to handle my own. That's what this profession does to you. And yet you can't compensate me for me. I've seen nurses that work their ass off taking care of other people, and then when they become ill, they lose their health care. They can't afford their health care. And when they try to come back to work, or they are not able to come back to work, their employer tells them, well, you know, see you, bye-bye.
So, wow, that's pretty difficult and tough right there. What is your plan? When do you plan on stop working so many hours because you know that you're not going to be compensated for it? You know that it's not beneficial. You know that you won't have the backing of the facility, the company.
Honestly, I don't see an end to it. I don't see an end to it.
Really?
No. I'm probably going to die doing this shit. Like, literally die doing this shit. Like, you know, I see nurses doing this shit in their 80s.
So have you ever thought of, like, maybe going back to school or creating an organization of your own?
I'm tired of school
or something. Okay, well, that way, have you ever thought of anything that you can start or have of your own?
I've tried starting my. When I was in New York, I tried starting a nursing agency.
Yeah.
But there's so much so red tape.
Gotcha.
And then there's so many other nurses in a position that can help you, like the ones that hand out cases to agencies and stuff, and they don't want to do it for other nurses.
Gotcha.
They rather do it for some because most of these agencies are run by people that don't know anything about healthcare, other than knowing how to pimp us.
Yeah, the people who know the
and
business
everybody,
side.
We're being pimped by everybody.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So back to New York. How was life in New York? Like, how was it like growing up? What was that experience? It was
stressful.
Like? Yeah?
It's stressful.
Wow.
But New York, actually, you know how that saying goes, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
That shit is so true. That shit is so true. If you take someone from Delaware and put them in New York, they run their ass back here real quick.
Is that right?
It is true.
Let's talk about it, man. Get into it, man.
Break
it down.
Because you see everything. You experience everything.
So can you only just experience that in New York? You can't experience it in Delaware,
I think you could
Rhode Island,
experience it. No, but you could experience it in a big city. If you're coming from a smaller town or state or whatever the case is, you don't see that diversity. You don't experience that real, that real grind. That for you to have something, you got to really work hard for it. And shit ain't given to you.
Okay.
Because everything is so expensive. If you don't do that, you're going to be out on the street. You're going to be a bum on the street.
Okay.
So, just going to the schools in general, the schools is overpopulated. I come to Delaware, I'm like, I only got 15 kids in the classroom. Shit, I had 40 kids in my classroom. My teacher didn't even know I was there. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man, like I go into school, there was a fight in every classroom. Every period there was a fight. You know what I'm saying? So you learn how to fight. You learn how to defend yourself. I was leaving school. There was you see the bus driver getting jumped. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of hardens you. It kind of makes you deal with things differently.
Okay. Wow, interesting. So, New York, Delaware. How has your transition been?
I like Delaware
you're single,
better.
You're here, living your best life.
I like
living here now is better than New York.
It's less stressful.
Less stressful.
It's less stressful.
Better? I mean, I see you.
I'm not living in a closet. The same money I would pay for a closet in New York is the same money I would get for a big house with a backyard.
Yeah.
And I ain't got dog shit on my concrete.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So so that gives me maybe an extra 5 years of my life because taking all that stress away. Alternate side street parking, your neighbors playing music, all types of hours. My neighbors ain't tolerating that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you ain't got to worry about that. So you sleep
I ain't got to worry about rats and roaches and shit like that. I mean, I kept a clean apartment, but my neighbors didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, you hearing your neighbors having their fights and shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you hear a gunshot popping off in the next apartment. I was like, ooh, turn the TV up.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Even just going to work, man. Sometimes, like right now, it takes me 20 minutes to go to work. Right there, to one destination to the next, in 20 minutes, that's it. I could start work. It takes me an hour to get to work, and I live 5 minutes away from my job in New York.
Damn.
Between traffic, trying to find parking, fighting with people for parking.
Yeah.
Man, I should be in jail right now for all that. Or something for all the disputes I've gotten into just for parking wars.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like that.
Okay. So, what would you like for people to know about you that you don't necessarily say, or you think that they should get, or maybe people can't get because they're trying to read you? But what would you like for people to know about you?
I'm not always angry. I get this disposition on my face. People think I'm angry all the time.
Oh, really?
I came out like this. I just fucking came out looking like this. Like
angry motherfucker?
Angry motherfucker. It's just a look.
Okay.
But you know me.
I mean, I do. They don't.
I look out for people. You know me. I look out for people. You know, especially if I get put in a position of where I was a supervisor before, and you know, I look out for the best interests of the people that I don't want to say that I'm over, but you know
that you supervise, manage?
That I supervise, because I feel like my job, just because I have a title doesn't mean my job is more important than yours. And I've learned that. Okay. You know, sometimes the person that's on the lower end of the total poem, they always do the most work. You know what I'm saying? And you want to do more for them, and when you try to do more for them, you get screwed for that. You know what I'm saying? Especially in nursing. It's like, it hardens you. I used to love this profession, but, man, I do it just to do it. But I'm over it, you know.
So when are you gonna make the next move, though, man? To have that happiness for yourself.
I gotta come up with a plan, man. I haven't come up with a plan yet. I'm thinking. I'm like.
But don't you think that you should know that you need to come up with a plan?
I do.
Because your purpose is your 8-year-old son.
I do.
And he's going to mimic what you do.
I do.
So no matter what, you can leave him a fortune, but he's like, I got to grind hard because my dad did it.
Like I said, I should have did what I was going to make me happy.
And what was that?
I should have either gone into law enforcement or something.
Yeah, okay.
I should have done that.
Yeah, it's not too late, you know, right?
It is too late.
Why?
Yeah, I find the cutoff is like 40.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
damn,
like 40.
It's not? I thought you was like 35.
I ain't 35, man.
The cutoff is not 40, so that means you can make it, and hopefully you look it up and do it. But
I just have to figure out some other avenue in nursing to explore.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I put so much into this. You know.
So you're fully invested.
I'm not fully invested, but I just got to figure out a spot for me. I've been doing this portion of it for too long. I got to. Honestly, the part of nursing I want to get into is something that. Nurses taking care of nurses.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that you can do that wherever facility?
Not a lot of opportunities.
Because
there's not a lot of opportunities for that, because people who get into that don't leave that.
They stay in position.
Right, because it's so rewarding to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you understand that where that person is coming from.
Right.
So, you know, it's an enjoyable experience. You know, I don't know if it pays that well. Right. You know, but. You know that you get something out of it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, I'm not a tech guy. Certain things I know I'm not going to be good at. I usually try to stick with something that I'm good at, even though there's some dislikes to it.
Okay, because you want to prevail. You want to be good at what you do.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Understood. So, you love being by yourself, right? You're cool with being alone. What does it take for a woman to win you over?
My needs are simple.
Yeah, you said that. Your needs are simple. But what does she have to do to win you over?
It's hard to say when nobody's done it. So it's like, I always said I love food, like a woman that knows how to cook, but that's not
that's not it. You need
it's
more.
Not it, but it's never happened, so I don't know what it is. Like, like there's that it thing that a woman does.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I've never experienced that.
Wow, you never had the it thing?
No.
You thought you had it, but you was like, fuck, this ain't it?
Yeah, even when you look back at it, you be like, that was just bullshit.
Wow.
What
makes it bullshit? Is it bullshit because it didn't work out?
It was bullshit because you reflect back on it and you're like, I was just wasting her time, she was wasting my time. You know what I'm saying? But that, that madly in love thing where, you just totally gaga, you can't sleep, you can't eat without, I've never experienced that.
I'm not saying a madly in love thing, and that's crazy you never experienced that, and you saying 40 plus now, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes people reflecting like,
I don't know if
that was the one.
I don't know if I have a complex. I don't know if I have a complex, but I could like love a person in that moment But the minute they say they don't want to be with me, I'm over it.
You be like, all right,
I'm good. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
There's how many more billion women in the world? Like, I have to choose from that. My woman. I'm not gonna stay in a situation or with someone that doesn't want to be with me.
Right.
You know. So the minute they say they don't want to be with me, okay, I'll move on. Some people have that complex where, well, no, why? Let's work this out. Why the fuck you want to be with someone that just told you they don't want to be with you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with the rejection. If someone tells me that, I'm like, okay, I've learned that.
Yeah, you cool with it.
When I was younger, I was like, okay, I'm hurt. I ain't cry over this shit.
Okay, you didn't?
But
so you never cry, huh?
You know,
over a woman?
Nah, I didn't.
Okay.
Nah, it's never happened.
Okay.
But
I don't want the women that like somebody gonna comment and be like, that motherfucker lying. I know him.
Nah,
He
ain't no one could say that I cried over
22nd and Teller, 122nd and Teller Street or something.
I've cried over my kids.
Okay, all right.
But
cool.
I've cried.
Your kids is not a woman.
I know, but I've never cried over a woman.
I heard
I've
that.
never been like heartbroken. You know what I'm saying?
How was it when you dealt with that divorce then?
I was okay with it.
Because you
I
got
stayed
married for the wrong
right,
reason.
and I stayed longer in a relationship more for my kids than anything else.
Okay.
That marriage was over year 1, year 2.
Oh shit!
You know, I
got started and ended at the same time.
I lasted 5 years. That was 3 additional years of, you know. Eventually, you know, I just walked away. You know, she thought I walked away for another woman. I mean, I walked away and I ended up with another woman, but I didn't walk away for another woman. I walked away because I was just fucking sick of you.
Gotcha. Was that other woman there when you walked away? Like you walked out the door and she was there waiting for your hand?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna fucking lie. Oh yeah. Like I'm not. Like my wife started giving me pussy, so like it's like I always say, you don't feed a dog. You know what I'm saying? You could be the most loyal dog.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Most vicious dog.
Right.
Right? The minute you stop feeding that fucking dog, and somebody else comes and gives him a treat, you lost that dog. It's no, for real. That's the way it is. It's just like you can't send a man to the grocery store hungry. That motherfucker's gonna want to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta feed your dog.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't say I was dog in relationship, but the minute that you stop doing what we always did, it makes me vulnerable.
Right.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I never fucking cheated on her. Yeah, I fucking cheated on her.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure she cheated on me. I just
we
really
talking about her.
I just didn't give a fuck.
You know,
yeah, I did know she cheated, motherfucker.
Oh, you still say what?
I know she cheated. I know she cheated.
Gotcha. You was like, all right, fuck it. It's all good.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know,
because you was doing you.
Right. I'm like, when I'm over something or I'm over someone, I'm over someone. If I have children with you, I'm not over my kids. I'm just over you.
Absolutely.
You know.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are your core values? Or just how you live life then?
My core values pertain to providing and protecting your family. So providing for your family and protecting your family.
But you can't protect your family though.
I can't protect my family when she won't allow me to protect my family, or the courts won't allow me to protect my family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, my 8-year-old mom, she will never have that complaint and say that he doesn't provide or protect for his son.
So that's interesting.
Because that shit is fucking easy. That should come natural to any man. Yeah. And as a man, if you can't do either one of those two, you're fucking worthless. You might as well just jump off a fucking bridge because you have no purpose in worth.
Hold on. Because they might jump off a bridge. Now let's talk to them and coach them up.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase. I don't want to get in trouble for saying some shit. Somebody said that to somebody else and be like, yo, he just said.
Yeah,
no, I'm just saying, like, as a man, if you can't do the two simple thing that's in your fucking DNA, provide and protect, you are worthless. So I don't know, you know, like Cardi B said, you know, broke niggas and niggas that can't do shit for you should not get no pussy. You should not get no pussy. You should not get anything.
God dang, okay.
Because those things you should be able to do simply for a woman. You shouldn't be beating your woman. You should be able to go out and do any fucking job and take care of you. Your woman shouldn't be taking care of you. You know what I'm saying? But I see a lot of dudes out here doing that, and women are tolerating that. But you know what I'm saying? This is a different time. You know what I'm saying? They got different roles now. Women got men role, men got women role. You know, I'm just saying, like, as a man, if you can't do those two things, I'm sorry.
So give them some pointers though that they can take from and apply those things so they're not worthless.
I don't know how you tell somebody something that should be in their fucking DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should, like, it's like your car, right? You have a nice car, right?
I guess.
You do have, I saw your fucking car. That shit's nice, man. You should let me borrow it one of these days. I'm like, if you love your car, you take care of it, right? You take it to the spa. You make sure that shit is clean. If you get a fucking dent on you, you fucking angry as hell.
Right.
Can nobody fuck with your car?
Right.
If you put that energy into your car, how you don't put that shit into your family or the woman that you say
got you. So
that
you
you
like
with?
These niggas is putting their energy into something,
but it's not. Yeah.
You
You can't say you love a woman and then you beat her, you abuse her, you don't want to do shit for her.
Got you.
You can't say that you love your kids. You shouldn't be having none.
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? I've learned that the people that have the most, like, have kids and have these, don't know how to do nothing with them. They don't know how to take care of them. That's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that can't have kids, make the best parents. People have a whole bunch of kids, make the worst fucking parents. You know?
You think that's true with all of them though? Because I mean,
I don't want to generalize. I don't want to generalize, but you know,
in certain situations, then, right?
In most situations,
Damn.
in most situations, I've seen enough men running around here, not doing shit, have a woman, beating on their woman, not taking care of their kids, begging women for money.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I see that shit a lot.
Yeah.
I see that. You don't see that shit
in New York?
Everywhere.
Nah. Well, my thing
everywhere.
So my thing is, right? I don't hang with nobody who don't take care of their kids. You see what I'm saying?
That's why I always fuck with you.
Yeah, I don't hang with nobody who's just beating.
But you
on
see,
but
just because
like
you don't hang with somebody, you see it though.
But you know what? I'm more of a. I got tunnel vision, right? If I'm not fucking with you, or you're not my flavor, my cup of tea, we can't hold a conversation.
Right.
Like, I don't really see you, and I'm not paying attention, and I'm not worried about what you're doing and what you're not doing. I don't even really want to get to know you.
I have a complex, so I see everything. I watch everybody.
I'm observant, but it's just like, I think like some things, like I don't want to overstep my boundaries. You feel me? Like, I don't know that guy, so I'm not going to speak on him. I don't know that woman, I'm not going to speak on her. That's none of my business, what they do and what they don't do.
Right.
When we have an interaction, it's more so, okay, I'm going to feel you out. I'm going to see what we doing, how we moving, how we operating, and then we're going to go from there, because I'm going to judge you off of how you interact with me.
But you see, it's hard to do that from my perspective when my profession
just allow you just all in a fucking business.
That's all I fucking see.
Got you.
That's all I deal with. It's bullshit. People, seems like everybody's a borderline.
Wow.
You know, like, you know.
Do you ever think that affected you or your psyche then? Like, fuck it, you may be borderline too, or you dealing with some shit that hasn't been addressed?
I'm sure I have a complex.
Okay.
I collect shit because I have a complex.
Okay.
You know, I spend money because I have a complex. You know what I'm saying? But I try to make it healthy. You know?
What do you spend your money on?
All types of shit. Whatever that makes me feel good. Not what makes me happy, but makes me feel good.
Okay, so you blow the bag on shit to make you feel good.
Make me feel good.
Okay.
You know, I can't take the shit with me.
Okay.
I already have things set up for other things. Like, I'm not.
So you're being responsible at the same.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna sacrifice. I'm not gonna sacrifice.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sacrifice fucking paying my mortgage over, you know, getting some shit that I want.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna sacrifice it over doing something for my kids or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
You know, certain things takes priority, but you know, I'm not big on saving for bullshit.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, I should do a little bit more like going on vacation and stuff, because experiences are more
you can.
enjoyable than you know, things
single,
and shit.
You can take the lady of your choice at any time.
Nah, man, like I said, if I'm going on vacation, I'm going by vacation by myself. I've gone on vacation before with persons that I'm with, you know, but I've never enjoyed it. But if I'm gonna go on vacation, I'm going on vacation with myself or with my boys. But if I do meet that female that gaga over, shit, I'm going on vacation anytime she wants to.
Yeah. So why haven't you met that woman yet? Like being open, like, yo, I'm single. Listen, we just going out to dinner. We just hanging out. Like we ain't doing too much.
It's just either not in the cards. It's just not my luck, or it's just sometimes you meet them and you're already with someone. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to just respect that and back off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it just hasn't happened. I mean, I don't know why. Maybe it's my complex. Maybe it's just luck, or whatever. Not having any. But I'm good though. I'm regardless. Like I said, I don't need anyone to
like to be alone.
Yeah, I don't need anyone to make me happy. So
why did it not work out with your son's mother?
It's weird. I think after my son was born,
were y'all ever in a relationship?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I love her. No, I love her to death. I don't give a fuck with even if I'm not with her in an intimate aspect, I'll do anything for her. Because one, she's a good mother.
Yeah.
She's always been good to me.
Yeah.
She's been good to my parents. She's done a lot of things for my parents that I'm like, and regardless of what our situation is, I'm always going to look out for her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like she'll do the same for me. You know what I'm saying? So people would be like, have an issue with my relationship with her.
You mean people? Are you talking
just
about
like
you deal with?
Yeah, what? Like I really don't give a fuck because she has priority over any of y'all motherfuckers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Right.
Just period.
You heard it from me.
Just period. Like but that's just how it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So, or until I meet that person, that blows me away. Okay. She might become the priority, but right now, no. It's my son.
Yeah.
My son, mother.
Yeah.
And my parents.
Absolutely.
That's my priority list.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, folks. You heard that from Marlon Layne himself, right? Straight out of New York. If you can make it in New York City, you can make it anywhere.
That's right.
But he now is residing in Delaware, of course, and he loves it better than he loves New York for so many reasons that are obvious, right?
That's right.
Hopefully, you men and women can gain something from this interview. Once again, always be a father. Always provide for your children. Provide for that lady you with and love her, right? However you define love, love her. Matter of fact, ask her what love is to her. Try to reach that. Also, communicate. Let that person know what you like about them, what you need, what you don't like, what you like a lot, and hopefully it's compatible. You can compromise or not, right? But make sure that you're always in tune with that individual, trying to be on the same accord, right? Because when you're on the same accord, you already know the expectation. You can reach that expectation or you can't. And expectations are just you being held accountable for what it is that you bring to the situation. Plain and simple, right? Remember, there's a situation, then you got your thoughts. Make sure your thoughts are positive and not negative, because then that trickles into your feelings, right? So then your feelings is gonna shift over to your actions. And then after the actions, there's a consequence. We want to make sure that we have a good consequence and a great consequence versus a negative. So you always want to think about that when you're in a situation. Counter those negative thoughts with a positive thought, right? Because most of the times things happen because it's in your head. So, Marlon Layne, we can find you on Facebook.
I don't want everybody to find me on Facebook, though.
Where you want them to find you at? You on LinkedIn?
I'll find you.
Okay. Oh shit! He will find you.
Like if I want you in my circle, you in my circle. If I don't find me.
Hey, well listen, you heard it from the man himself. Once again, we at the Cigar Lounge, 1624 Delaware Avenue in Wilmington, Delaware. Trolley Square. Thank you very
and
much.
If I hold on, and if I unfriend you, I unfriend you for a good reason.
Oh, this
and fuck you. Like
hey, thanks for tuning in. I love y'all. Peace out.